Why hasn't Angelina Jolie been on the big screen lately?
I don't want to say very much about that, except to say it was a very difficult time.
And was she uncomfortable with being an actress?
This feels so funny.
Hi, I'm Joy. Let's find out. Angie is back.
I'm a little nervous.
In the last few years, Jolie has only had a couple of voice roles and acted in the second installment of Maleficent and the drama By the Sea, which she also directed. Compared to how often she used to appear in blockbusters, that's pretty much nothing. We'll tell you more about her reasons for taking a break from acting a bit later. But meanwhile, let's rejoice over the fact that we'll finally see more of Angie's new movies very soon. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the actress revealed that she's returned to acting more because she can't direct at the moment. "I had a change in my family situation that's not made it possible for me to direct for a few years," Jolie commented. And we all know which family situation she means. Her divorce from Brad Pitt, a prolonged court process, and being a single mom to 6 kids. It's not easy. So she realized that she needed to take shorter jobs and decided to take more acting parts instead of directing new movies. That's really the truth of it, Angie explained. And just like any other actor, she wants to explore new horizons and play roles that challenge her. Ready to watch Jolie's upcoming projects? Her role in a neo-Western survival action thriller film titled Those Who Wish Me Dead became quite challenging. The movie has quite a dramatic plot, and the cast also includes Nicholas Hoult and Aidan Gillen. Looks like it's a good one, so be sure to check it out. Jolie plays a firefighter who has to protect a young boy from hired assassins. The film has a lot of drama and action, and Angie had to do a lot of stunts, such as holding her breath underwater and racing through a burning forest.
We all got nice and dirty and roughed up through this.
But those things weren't too hard for her to film. The most challenging part was how to avoid following her parental instincts. "My character is not maternal by nature," Jolie said to Entertainment Weekly. So it took her quite a while to treat her younger co-star badly, but she got there. And that survival film isn't going to be the only epic action movie with Angie. This year we're going to see her in Eternals, the new film by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She plays Thena, a fierce warrior who can form any weapon out of cosmic energy. Jolie recently revealed to British Vogue that she agreed to the role because the film aims to change the way people see superheroes. "Running around in a gold bodysuit was not how I imagined my 40s, she said. "But it's good crazy, I think." You still rock, Angie! And we can't wait to see her in that role. Recently, we got a glimpse of her look in Marvel's trailer announcing the upcoming films. Needless to say, she looks gorgeous.
I didn't see a teaser. I saw the trailer, but it's not out yet, is it?
No, not the real trailer. We just got a little. All we got was you doing this.
Oh, and one more thing. Did you know that the Eternals movie was directed by Chloe Zhao, who received the Oscar for Best Director for Nomadland this year? Angelina loved working with Chloe. "I think she's bringing a new voice through her films, and I think to Marvel," Jolie shared. Aren't you looking forward to this film even more now? And while we're waiting to finally see Angie on the big screen again, let's find out. Why did she decide to quit acting? Back in 2014, Jolie announced that she was ready to take a break after a few of her films were done. This probably came as a shock to her fans, but it turns out that Angelina was never happy about being an actress. "I've never loved being in front of the camera," she shared with Du Jour. Angie always wanted to go behind the camera and direct movies instead of star in them. And she admitted more than once that directing makes her much happier than acting. She loves it so much because it allows her to focus on others and, in her words, find other people's greatness. If you look at her filmography as a director, you can see that Angelina doesn't aim to direct blockbusters and high-grossing movies. There are no Lara Croft or Wanted-type movies among her films, but rather stories about real people and their struggles.
And the world as it should be seen, not through the prism of Hollywood or through a certain kind of life.
And although not all of her movies gain positive reviews from critics, they make Angie proud and let her express what she wants to the viewer. Even her ex-husband Brad Pitt loved her directing style. He's had the honor of working with notable directors such as Quentin Tarantino and David Fincher, so he knew that Angie had talent. "I love her instincts. She's ferocious with a story, and she's really decisive at her post, in command," Pitt commented after working with Angie on By the Sea, the film we're going to talk about a bit more later. So, it looks like although Jolie is now back as an actress, her plan is still to quit completely and become a full-time director. And she's actually getting pretty good at it. Let's talk more about the films she's made. Jolie behind the camera. One of the movies Angelina directed was the war drama Unbroken, and although Jolie loved working on it, it wasn't easy for her. In fact, she revealed that it was one of the hardest things she's ever done. The film tells a story based on real-life events about a real-life war hero Angelina has always respected, so she felt a great deal of responsibility making a movie about him. You've got the legacy of this amazing man in your hands. Such a huge responsibility to get it right, Jolie commented. Once again, Angie's maternal instincts rebelled in her while filming when they had to recreate the horrendous war conditions, with actors starving and sitting for hours in the heat. As Jolie revealed, the mother in her wanted to give them all water, take them to a tent, and call it a day. The other side of me had to do my job and push it forward, she said. But although the film had such an enormous meaning for Angelina, critics didn't like it very much. Unbroken got mixed reviews and was called out for historical controversies. And her other film was also not well received and didn't do great at the box office. But once again, it meant a lot to Angie. It was By the Sea, which she starred in with her then-husband Brad Pitt as a struggling couple with a highly complicated marital situation. The tricky thing is directing myself and directing Brad, she said about it back then. It's hard, dramatic material, and we're balancing. She saw working together in this film as a good thing back then, thinking that it would give her and Brad a good challenge that would bring them closer. Little did we know that the couple was on the brink of divorce in real life too at the time. Not long after the filming wrapped, Angelina and Brad announced their split. The actress later revealed that she wanted the film to help save their marriage, but it didn't work. And yet, she still thinks that it was beneficial for them to take part in the project. Maybe it didn't solve certain things, but we did communicate something that needed to be communicated to each other, Jolie said. Their divorce wasn't an easy process for either of them, so these days Jolie is still recovering. Angie's trying to heal the wounds.
And my focus is finding this way through. And as I said, we are and forever will be a family.
As a single mom, she's chosen to focus on the well-being of her 6 children, and the adjustment to parenting them alone wasn't easy on her. It's just been the hardest time, and we're just kind of coming up for air, Angie revealed to Vanity Fair. And she added that they hadn't even begun to heal from the divorce itself, but only from the events that led to it. In another interview with British Vogue, Jolie shared that she still hasn't reached the stage in her life where she can say that she's absolutely happy. It's slowly coming back, like the ice melting and the blood returning to my body, she commented. Besides this, Angie revealed to the New York Times that her children helped her tremendously during this period and stood by her no matter what. But although parenting and acting seem to be enough for the single mum, Jolie still finds the time to be an outspoken activist. Among other things, these days she's standing up for women's rights. A few years ago, Jolie became a visiting professor at the London School of Economics, which aims to broaden the discussion on how to advance equal rights for genders. Knowing that Angelina is an immensely strong woman, we can't help but be sure that she'll eventually attain everything she wants. Be it the healing of her family, directing successful films, or making the world a better place.
I hope so. I'm glad you see it that way.
If you want to know more about Angie's divorce from Brad, watch the most recent video we made about it. And stay awesome.